Good morning, Sonor family. Jules here. Got some stuff to talk about for you this morning. I always do, don't I? Even if it's the same stuff over and over. Got some new stuff for you today, though. I had one of the HLD 590. I'm calling them the 150 cases. They're the ones without the trough or the channel, whatever you want to call it, without the channel for the extended snare gate. We built these up specifically for the 14 by 8 cast bronze new snare drum. So my initial thought when I saw the package was that the hard case was not a substantial case for a 30-pound snare drum. Now, let's stop the conversation and let me just say this. Hard case is a manufacturer of great drum cases. And when I interviewed Gavin Harrison, he talked about the fact that, his Protean snare drums come with the hard cases. And when they designed the hard cases, they put a channel in that for the different snare wire packages you get, the drum keys that come with it, and it's a great case. For a 30-pound cast bronze, $5,500 snare drum, I would not recommend gigging with that or touring with that. For a couple of reasons. First of all, I don't feel like it's adequate to protect a drum of that weight. Secondly, when you buy that package, that's all a nice, neat package. And I personally would want to leave everything untouched. Not literally untouched, but I wouldn't want nicks and scratches. You're not going to use that hard case with that heavy drum and not scratch and ding that case up. And that was the whole idea behind ordering the cases from Buzz for the 150th anniversary snare drums was to give an ATA style case that would take abuse because these cases were originally built for the original HLD 590s. So they are meant from the word go to take a beating, take a drop. I don't mean abuse. You don't want to abuse anything. I mean, that's a heavy drum to be reckless with, case or no case. It was the only one I ordered. I ordered 8 cases from Buzz. One was for myself and 7 were for resale. This is the third one, and I haven't really pushed these things yet. The problem is it's the only one I've got for the 150th anniversary drums, but I've got the regular HLD 590 that does have the channel in it. Now, that case is perfectly fine. The only downside is it adds about an inch or inch and a half, maybe, of depth to that case. But it's absolutely perfect for, safety wise for that drum. And the channel or, channel in it isn't going to matter for securing that drum well. What I am going to do is work out a deal with Buzz pretty soon in the next day or two, because I have a feeling there's going to be some more people wanting to gig with that snare drum, and they're going to want to do it with a case that's up to the job. So what I'm going to try to do is work it out with Buzz to get 2 or 3 of them continuously on standby and ship direct from his place in Virginia. Now, some things about why you would buy King Kong cases for this drum. First of all, Buzz has a long history with Sonor. He was the product manager for Sonor for Honor HSS for a long time. I mean, he's got stories to tell. An example is one time Steve Smith, and Karl Heinz Menzel were on the Sonor van in the Sonor van on the Autobahn, ran out of gas, had to get a gas can, walk down to a gas station, walk back, gas the van up, and they ran out of gas again. So, we're talking about a guy that knows Sonor, knows the product. Plus, after all these years of being away from the company, not being part of the company, he still plays current Sonor stuff. He's got tons of really cool stuff from what they dubbed the Link era. He's got some vintage Gretsch and Slingerland and probably Rogers. He's got a lot of cool drums. More times than not, almost every single time when he gigs a current series Sonor drum set, which to me speaks volumes about the brand. So anyway, That's another reason to buy that case. You can get whatever brand case you want, but you need to make sure it's up to the job. And that's why personally it would definitely be a King Kong case for me. It was purpose built to start with for the ancestor to this drum, and it can handle the weight. It can handle, some wear and tear. I wouldn't recommend abusing anything because you only get one time to realize you screwed up. And with a drum like this, that's absolutely irreplaceable, and was about a third or a quarter of a price of a car, a good used car. Why would you even want to take a chance? So when you've paid $5,500, putting another 400 or so in there for security and a sort of insurance, I guess you could say, that's a no-brainer to me. So moving forward from that, I had an interview push, supposed to do it tomorrow, and then I've got another one for Wednesday. If either one of these come off, I'm going to be happy. You got to consider these guys are working. Some of these drummers are out there touring and gigging, and some of these people have day jobs or businesses on top of playing. And so uh, I feel like it's an absolute honor that they think enough of my channel here to even do this. I'm not upset with anybody when life doesn't work out to do things, on what would be my schedule. I'm just happy to have them when they're available, and I appreciate everybody's patience. I would ideally love to have a new big interview every Saturday morning for you, but it's just not practical. It's just not no way to make that really happen consistently. So we'll take what we can get. Hopefully, as things pick up more and more, it'll be easier to attract more people to the channel, and then it won't be such a problem. Then maybe I can have that weekly interview. We'll just see how that shakes out. So, in other news, the new forum is coming along good. I'm not going to mention names because I didn't get permission to do this, but a certain guy is posting like crazy. He is putting some very serious resources, and this is at drummandstage.com/forum, which incidentally, there was a forum at drummandstage.com 20 years ago. So what's old is new again, is what I like to say. But if you go in there and take a look, you will quickly see who I'm talking about. And I could hire a high dollar advertising person, and this guy is out working that. Um, I mean, he's working like a dog getting stuff on there, and what he's trying to do is help build it up. He wants people to have stuff to look at when they come to the forum, and I am so grateful for that. And Friday, I'll have permission by then to mention him by name or not. Uh, and if he doesn't mind me doing that, I will give him a public, word of appreciation. And speaking of appreciation, I appreciate everybody that's watching. I appreciate everybody that's involved with the channels in any kind of way. And that includes people that buy stuff from me, whether I don't think anybody's buying anything for the sole purpose of supporting what I'm doing. I think everybody buys something because they have a need, and I have availability. But I still appreciate everybody that buys. It helps a lot. This snare drum case that sold today, it was a shot in the arm, and so everything matters. I think I'm going to make that my new slogan. I worked with a guy; he was a real sharp sound engineer, and we talked about drums a lot. And Sonor guys know this. Every piece of every detail has an impact on the end result, so everything matters. And maybe if I ever redo this logo, that'll be a slogan on there. But I appreciate everybody very much, and I'll have some more content to you, hopefully out this week sometime. And if not, you can sit through another boring coffee with Jules come Friday. Y'all have a good week.